Alright, let's go ahead and add a handle to my mug so that it's easier for me to hold and I won't burn my hand if I put a hot liquid into it. Alright, so to do that I'm going to go to primitives and I'm going to select a torus. Okay? Now the location of it, the whole point is to have this as a handle. Now I don't actually want to place it on the outside because then it would kind of like not be what I would like it to be. So I'm going to place it on my bottom surface. So I'm going to go to the top and I'm going to line it up with my center point. Okay. I have linear snap on 1 right now, so I can line it up very easily with my center point. Now I'm not going to place it inside of the mug. I want it to be on the outside, so I know it's going to be on these horizontal grid lines. Okay. Now I can play around with these figures here. I can change the major radius, okay, which changes how large the ring is. All right. So I can try to find one that seems like it's about the size that I would want it for my mug. Alright, that looks pretty good. But then the minor radius is going to change the thickness of the ring. So I can play around and, that's a little too thick. Okay, so you can see it changes the thickness. So you can play around with the values until you get a thickness that you think is good for your mug. Okay, for the handle for your mug. Remember, you want to line it up with the center point once again before you place it on the outside. And now I can go ahead and click to place it. Okay, so this is my handle. All right, now I want to rotate this handle 90 degrees so it's lined up with my mug. All right, easy way to do that. I click on it. I'm going to go to transform to move. Okay. Now I can kind of rotate myself around by holding the right click button. Alright, now how to rotate this object. These circles right here allow me to rotate my object around different axes. Okay, so you find the one that is rotating around the axis that you would like, and you can see the circle that shows up that kind of shows you which way it would rotate, and then when you grab it you can actually rotate it around that axis. Okay. I want it to be rotated 90 degrees so it's lined up with my mug. I can actually enter in the exact value here and you can see it says negative 90 degrees, but really if I do 90 it's going to be the same. So 90 or negative 90 and press enter. Okay, so now my handle is rotated appropriately, okay, but I still need to place it, so I need to go back to move because I want to place it. Okay. Now these arrows will allow me to move my ring where I would like it to go. Okay. Right now I have a 1-inch snap-on right now. That is prohibitive, so I'm going to change that to a different snap, or I'm just going to turn the snap off, and that way I can move my ring how I would like it to go. I can rotate to kind of see how it's going to line up with my mug. Now I'm going to grab this arrow and move it towards my mug, and I'm going to actually bring it inside a little bit, so part of it is on the inside and part of it is on the outside. The next step, I'm actually going to remove the part that's in the inside. Alright, so I'm just trying to determine how much of the handle I want to be on the outside of my mug here. When I'm happy with where it's located, I'll click somewhere outside, and now my handle is located where I want it to be on my mug. Okay. Now what I need to do is I need to get rid of the part that's on the inside of my mug. So I'm going to use split solid in order to do that. Okay, so I'm going to go to my modify and I'm going to use the split solid command. Okay, now the body that's going to be splitting, the body to be split is going to be my torus, my handle. That's what's going to be split in 2 pieces. So I'm going to click that. Okay. Now what is going to be splitting it is the mug itself. Okay, so I'm going to go to the splitting entity. Okay, but then I want the interior surface to be what splits the handle. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that the interior surface is selected. Okay, and I'm going to select that as the splitting entity. Okay, and then I'm going to press enter. So it turned red and I press enter and that will split it. Now if I grab the inside, if I can get it, I can then move the object by holding left click and I can see that it has been split. And at this point I can press the delete key in my keyboard and I can delete that part of the handle. Alright, so now I have the handle added to my mug. Alright.